Hey, what's up, reefers? It's getting tougher and tougher to find time to film. So we gotta do our unboxing right here in the living room. Right here next to me is a shipment from reefcleaners.org. And there's actually one particular species I'm really looking forward to because I've never kept it before, never even seen it in person. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's in the box. Wait, what the hell? Wrong box. This is actually not the box I was expecting. This is actually from Marine Depot, and it's actually two 500 watts titanium heaters. I thought one of my heaters acting a little funky, so it's time to swap them out. But where's my other box? Okay, this is like a first. What the heck?
The next day.
Last night I was absolutely freaking out because I thought USPS delivered the box to the wrong house. I actually went to my neighbors and see if they have received boxes that accidentally got mailed to them, and of course nobody got it. Box actually arrived today. One interesting thing about reefcleaners.org is actually they do not recommend drip acclimation. They basically say to float the bag for 15 minutes, a little bit more to equalize the temperature, and then just release the animals into the tank. Let me preface this order by saying that number one, I paid for order, and number two, I use my regular name. No mention of my YouTube channel. For us, they know I'm just a regular customer and there's no special favor or anything like that. So this is what you will probably come to expect when you order from Reef Cleaners. You guys may be like, what is this? That's right. As much as I don't like crabs in my reef tank, I'm kind of at my wit's end in terms of bubble algae. They're making a resurgence again. I've done all I could in terms of manual removal. Whenever I see it, I pull it out. But I'm sure for everyone I see, there's probably 10 I'm not seeing on the rock or behind the rocks. So I need some kind of biological control. I don't want to do vibrance again. I feel like it's a little bit risky because if I don't watch the nutrient level closely, it's gonna throw the whole tank out of balance once again. And I do not want to add a fish that could very quickly outgrow my tank, namely the sailfin tanks, and I don't want to risk adding an otter fox face into the tank because the last one nipped at corals. So the lesser of all these evils are emerald crabs, and this time we're going to scorch earth. Your boy ordered 9 emerald crabs. This may sound super ridiculous, but what actually gave me courage to order emerald crab from this place is because on their website they said that the emerald crabs are actually guaranteed to eat bubble algae or my money back. That is a bold claim. I'm really hoping that they're not just saying it because emerald crab is cheap for them to get, so they don't care if people want to get their money back. I do hope that they do actually eat bubble algae. I ordered 9, not meaning all 9 is gonna go into this tank. One of them is going to be for Joseph. I think 2 of them is going to the Mangrove Tank. I'm going to keep 2 in the refugium, and the rest are going to the display tank to help out the current 2 that's in here. That's not doing too much, to be honest. But at least they're not picking at corals. Alright guys, as you can see, this is a pretty sizable order. I really appreciate them for actually taking the time to kind of pack them out individually. What's even better is that they actually add a little piece of mesh so they have something to hold on to and not just swashing around in the little bag. So I really appreciate it. So one note, when I'm ordering, in the comment section, I really nicely asked if I can get all female emerald crab, stating that I've had issues with the male picking at corals. I got a mix of male and female. I'm sure in the back of their mind they're like, man, that monkey guy is super annoying. But I still appreciate the fact that they bag up all these crabs individually. And it's interesting because there's a mix of green and red emerald crabs. Technically, the red one's no longer called the emerald crab, right? And we got a nice mix of size. I feel like a lot of crab falls under the, I'll say, nickel body size category, which is totally fine. I feel like the larger crab, especially the male ones, more likely to pick at corals. So if I have some males that's like this size, it should be okay for a while. Now, if you're not already impressed by me going back and getting emerald crabs, you'll be even more impressed that I actually went back and got some peppermint shrimps. Because I swore up and down that I would not keep peppermint shrimps again, but unfortunately some of the methods that I tried to control aiptasias with did not really work out.
Flashback.
As you know, my 135-gallon tank has been having issues with aiptasias. I've tried multiple things. For example, the aiptasia eating filefish, which I think he does eat the smaller aiptasias. However, he does pick at corals, and the larger aiptasias he leaves alone. So typically with the larger aiptasias, I use Aiptasia X, but they always seems to come back. But I also feel like Aiptasia X may be helping aiptasia spread because it stresses out the aiptasia but does not kill it completely. Maybe I'm not dosing it properly, but I'm looking for different alternatives. I've tried Bergias, nudibranchs in the Mangrove Tank. It works beautifully. However, the Bergias disappear after the aiptasia is gone, and they disappear really quick. Like 3 days with the aiptasias, they all starve to death. And in the Mangrove Tank, I use 6 of those nudibranchs, and each of them costs like $12 or $14, so it's not cheap, especially if we scale it up to the 145-gallon tank. The other option people recommend is peppermint peppermint shrimp. In the past, I've tried peppermint shrimp before with no success, probably because I got the wrong type. Apparently, there are different types of peppermint shrimps. To be completely honest with you guys, I'm not a huge fan of shrimp simply because they tend to come in really boldly, steal food from corals when I feed corals. Normally, other corals is fine, but because of MPS that specifically rely on food for energy, they don't use light. So having a shrimp like that, where I always have to try to fend off, is not, I'm just not a big fan of it. Right now, with the foul fish out of this tank because it was nipping corals, I'm on extra lookout for aiptasias, and we do have some big ones. Now, I saw DC Reefer, my good friend Warren, using this with success, and BLS also talked about it. So I decided, you know what, let me buy this and give it a try. On first sight, it looks kind of like kelp paste, but people say that this is not kelp paste because it'll actually form a hard surface covering the aiptasia. So I thought, okay, all right, this is an interesting approach. Let's go ahead and do it. But first, supposed to shake it really well first. Got a medical syringe as well as 2 applicators. This look really similar to the Aiptasia X at the moment. We do get one of these popsicle sticks. Supposedly it helps mix this up a little bit more. It's almost like wood glue. I mean, it definitely has the same color as well. So, all right, so we mix it up really well. I'm gonna try the straight syringe. Simply gives me a little bit more reach. These came out really fast. I was not expecting that. And I'm not supposed to get them on the corals, but I absolutely got them on some of the zoas. We'll see how they react. Alright, this one, much more predictable. And I was able to cover the entire aiptasias, doing the same. I don't really have a chance to look at the tank with the flow off from top down. This is quite a view, especially once you get all the corals in place. That's gonna be fantastic. So I'm supposed to leave the flow off for about half an hour, enough time for this material to harden. The whole concept is that besides killing the aiptasia itself, it's gonna encase that aiptasia so it cannot release any spore or pop out somewhere else. So we'll see if that works. We're gonna give it a full 30 minutes to harden, and then we'll go from there. And in the meantime, I'm gonna use that chance to feed my fish and corals.
End of flashback.
Here's a peppermint shrimp. I got 3 of them. All the peppermint shrimps arrived safe and sound, 2-day shipping, just like the crabs, and they look beautiful. And I hope that this time around I got the ones that would actually eat the aiptasias and leave the corals alone. Look at this crab, how beautiful this one is, man. But yeah, please don't pick at my corals with those majestic claws. It'd be awesome if you would squish a bubble and just eat the fragments. Besides the obvious emerald crab and peppermint shrimp, I got some nice surprises for myself. Also ordered some Nassarius Snails. You can never have too many of these guys. I'm probably gonna pop 3 or 4 of these guys in the Mangrove Tank and the rest in the 135. Also pick up some of these Limpets. I think it's striped Limpets if I remember right. They're a little bit larger than the hitchhiking keyhole Limpets, and I like them because they have a really low profile shell and then go where snails may not be able to. For example, like right inside the vortex pumps and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to see how they do in the reef tank. I also got an order of these Florida Cerith Snails to replenish the population. You know, I'm a huge fan of unusual inverts, and this one got me really excited because I've never seen them before. So these are Money Cowries. Now I've seen the larger ones and understand that they may not be reef safe. Some of the larger ones may chow down on soft corals, but the Money Cowries stay small and supposedly they're completely reef safe. And here's a slightly larger one. I think they only get up to 1 to 1.5 inch, so I think this one is almost fully grown. It's just like a really interesting invert. To round out this roughly $65 order from reefcleaners.org, I can't pronounce it, but it's the red Garcia. Purple forefish loves to eat this. I plan to grow this out in the refugium and then pull some periodically to feed the main display tank. Also got an order of blah 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 blah. Same deal. I'm gonna pull them out periodically if they do well in the refugium and feed the display tank, and I believe that people can actually eat this too, so I may sample these down the road. I know a lot of you guys are gonna say don't do it, but I'm the inappropriate reefer.
Moments later.
Okay. Alright, here's a really angry and cute dime size female. Most of the emerald crab came in about dime or nickel size. We got maybe like 2 or 3 quarter size ones. So it's probably not the most graceful way to do it, but the free little buddy. There he goes. Oh, there she goes. Here's one of the larger one that is red, and thankfully this is also a female, and also thankfully she's not pinching me. But let's go ahead and get her into the tank. And we'll go into the ports. And of course, if I fish the picket crabs, I'll absolutely not drop her in like that. But so far as you can see, all the fish pretty much ignore all the inverts I drop in the tank this way. Ooh, this little one is feisty. Also female. Let's go ahead and get her into the 135. Bloop. Swim, girl, swim. There you go. They all happen to land on the same rock, which makes sense, I guess. The port is right here. What am I talking about? Okay, this is a big one. This is a big boy. And there he goes, right into the rockwork. And once again, if I have shrimp and crab eating fish, I will absolutely not do that. Next up, we're gonna put in the Money Cowrie. Look at how cool these are. Not something that you see every day, huh? Oh boy, I can feel it. That guy is walking on my hand. Kind of take-a-wish. Of course, we got some Nassarius Snails, and I'm just kind of chugging these guys in. I like how some of them is already like speeding away. It's like, nope. All right, well, Mom is working in the back. I'm gonna mess with the fish tank like she always complains about. Here's one of the tiny male emerald crab going into the mangrove system. I hope I do not regret this. Alright, since this tank has a worse algae issue than the 135, I decided to save a few more of the Florida Cerith Snails for this tank. And apparently I did not really save that many, just 2. Good lord, I thought I saved at least 4 or 5. And going up the scale, possibility of regret, here's a larger male also going into the mangrove system. And once again, hopefully, I'm not gonna regret this. Boom. That's a big crab actually for this tank. I probably should have added this in the 135. Oh, what up?
My boyfriend.
What? The next morning.
You are kidding. That one strawberry crab, or whatever you want to call it, emerald crab, 100% ate 2 of my frog spawn heads. You see that guy in the back? Oh my god, are you kidding? You see that crab in the back sitting on top of a bear skeleton? That skeleton, as well as the one in front, was totally healthy and fleshy the day before. Ah, man. Usually I feel like it's the male that tend to kind of pick corals, but apparently female. Man. That frostbite was doing so well too. What the hell, guys? Or girls in this case, what the heck? And I know she was picking at a coral because she was reaching into the head and pulling things out to eat. You could argue that maybe the coral's on the way out. However, the polyp was looking healthy, nice and large yesterday. So I kind of doubt it. Look at that. She is reaching in and grabbing chunks out. That's excellent. Hopefully the other ones behave. So far so good. These guys are over here. Looks like it's just that one that's broke. Maybe she's just really hungry, but the fact that she went after corals, that's no good. I just moved the whole colony into the refugium. It'll be easy to kind of like move the crabs off the coral, and in the refugium she stays. At least she'll help keep the refugium nice and clean, hopefully.
One nap later.
Mia, what do you think about the tank? Yeah? Yeah, he likes the fish. Where's a you? Is that a fish? His pronunciation of corals and inverts are just about as good as mine. Yeah, that's a chimboom from now on. Santaikakong, also known as chimboom. This guy's been doing really well in the mangrove tank. I feel like he is kind of like the perfect size. That's just enough food for one of these guys. Here. And check these out. Look at the size of the Japanese Pygmithias. For the longest time, it was holding steady, and then it just explode in growth. I'm just waiting for the yellow one to take off as well. The blue xenia has recovered really nicely from filefish picking at it. And check out the toadstool, the white polyp toadstool that I got from Joseph. It's actually 2 frags right here. They're just getting big, really cool. Hey, yeah? Say that again? What do you say? What do you say? Yeah, boo-boo, that's right. Look at the Space Invader Pectinia. It has really gotten large in size. It's kind of hard to tell actually from the side, but it's really a nice disc size, which is pretty awesome. The Bahama Llama Whipping Willow had a little tough spell, and it's just recovering right now. Polyps started coming back out, so that's looking good. Here's the Japanese green toadstool as well. Here's the interesting one. Here's the pine wheel mushroom that I got from Lynn. And it's starting to develop some interesting color on the little details on the oral disc, so it's really cool to see. I actually did a water change on this tank and actually gave all the macroalgae a pretty heavy set of haircut. That's why it looks kind of empty right now compared to before. But I'm not gonna dive too deep into this tank at the moment. Probably give it about a week to settle in, and then maybe next week, if you guys are interested, I can talk a little bit more about this tank. Telephone. Well guys, it was not the best of time with the frog spawn situation. Leon is bitterly smiling too. I could say that I see it from miles away that this is gonna happen, but at the same time, it's kind of like buying the lottery. It's always that little sliver of hope that'll get you. That's 1 out of the 8 emerald crab that I have, and she has already been rehomed to the refugium where she's just chomping down on macro algae, which is fantastic. So we'll wait and see how the other animal crabs behaves. I've yet to see the peppermint shrimps come out yet. It has been 2 days. Hey, Sunday morning Moki here. Actually, we have seen the peppermint shrimp last night. So at least 2 of them can hang out under this rock right here. Now I'm keeping an eye out on those baby aiptasia. I got one right there that I purposely left, and I think I got 1 piece right here up front. I don't see the baby aiptasia up here anymore, but that one is still there. So I'm keeping an eye out on there just kind of as a gauge of whether these peppermint shrimp is actually hunting down baby aiptasias. I moved the frog spawn back to its original spot after the crab hopped off the frog spawn down in the sump. The crab is living well in the refugium right now. Frog spawn seems to be back to normal, no more missing heads overnight. At the moment, that colony has a few missing heads. I'm just gonna frack those off just to keep things compact. A really cool thing is actually the Money Cowries. It's kind of like roaming tank. There's this one guy right here, and then on the other end I can see the other one too. So they're doing well, and I see the crab is busy picking at rock. Just please don't pick at my corals. We see that the sun coral is out ready for feeding, as well as my fathead dendro. So after filming, I'm probably gonna feed them real quick before I go ahead and edit this video. One thing I am concerned about is that since 2 days ago after I added the cleanup crew, I have not seen my flasher wrasse. And that is really concerning because usually that fish is out and about swimming along with the Anthias. So last night, I really did a careful look around the basement floor. No fish jumped out. I was really worried that maybe when I was moving the frog spawn, I had the screen top off. Maybe at some point it jumped, but no dry fish anywhere in front of the tank, behind the tank, under the stand. So we're good in that department. I pull out the ladder, look at the overflow chamber to make sure no fish is there. No fish was there. No fish is sump. So it's a mystery. I am really crossing my fingers that the flasher wrasse just kind of like got freaked out or something and just hide in a rock and just hibernating in there, and it'll pop back up maybe later today or tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just crossing my fingers. I really like that guy. I thought it was a super cool fish. So hopefully he pop back out soon. And you see the big bucket here? Planning to do a nice large water change. I like to do a water change maybe like once every 2 months or 3 months or so. I just feel like the tank just looks more refreshed each time after a water change. I like that. This video's outcome was a little different than what I was expecting because I was really hoping that my opinion on crabs would change. It still may. Maybe just one rogue crab that went after my frog spawn. At the moment, I'm still not the biggest fan of crabs, but if they do their jobs, maybe my opinion would change. I see one large crab slowly approaching the frog spawn, that green one right there. All right, he was just passing by, so hopefully that one red crab would just went broke. Or maybe she was just really hungry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. And when you're watching this, it's actually almost like real time. I just finished filming this a couple hours ago, so we're getting close, we're cutting close. I'll see you guys next Sunday at 12 for the Peppermint Shop. Bye. Look at the size of these bubble algae on this rock. They have been feeding well.